Hi everyone, welcome back to the Torok channel. So today we're gonna compare these two guitars, Harley Benton R-457 Multiscale in chameleon, purple and green, and this Harley Benton 7-strings Multiscale that doesn't have another name, with its, I would say, brownish to orange color. Okay, I have already reviewed this guitar 2 weeks ago, so you will find an in-depth review on the channel. I have reviewed this one last week, so again you will find the in-depth review on the channel, and of course both links are gonna be in the video description down below. What you have to know is I'm not gonna make an in-depth review of these two right now. I'm just gonna compare these two, so just say if one plays better, one sounds better, one feels better, and so on. Okay, and so we're gonna start this comparison with a comparison of the tones in the mix right now. Okay, so if you have watched the review video of one of these two guitars and now you have heard the demo in the mix, you may have realized that the tone of the lead parts is different. And yes, I've had a problem, well, it's a minor problem I think, with my PRS MT-15 while shooting the leads on the Multiscale 7. I think it's a valve, but okay, this thing has a bias. I'm not able to use it, so this is currently something I need to learn doing myself, but so far I cannot do it. So a technician is now working on my PRS and I had to shoot the leads, so I have used this nice little jug pedal for the lead parts of these two guitars, because of course I have re-recorded the leads of the R-457 and I have recorded the leads of the Multiscale 7 with this chuck pedal. And next week, hopefully next week I would say, you will have a complete review of this chuck pedal. Now, back to our two guitars, and I will start with a comparison on the Esthetics chapter. I guess it's a matter of personal preferences, okay? This one comes with a chameleon color and a roasted maple. This one comes with a more classic finish, but the back of the neck is pretty cool, you know, using two different types of wood. I think I do prefer the way this one looks, but again, that's just a matter of taste. Okay, now let's talk about something more interesting, the features. Okay, as you can see on the back here, this body has been carved to let you access the 24th fret more easily when this one is more classic, even though the heel is a bit rounded. Now, does it make a massive difference? Let's check it out. Okay, 24th fret here, easy, 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 complicated, barely impossible, you know. My fingers are not long enough to go there. This one, easy, 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 complicated, barely impossible. So, what I want to show is that even though this one doesn't have the same carved as this one, the access to the 24th fret is as easy on both. Okay, another difference as far as the features go, of course, you've got here the tuners 4 and 3. Here you have 7 online, and these ones are locking tuners. They're looking like Harley Benton locking tuners. They're doing the job pretty nice, so I'm okay. Other difference, the width of the nut. This one is a bit more narrow than this one, so if you don't have very long fingers, maybe you will be more comfortable on this one. Now, of course, there is an advantage with a wider nut. You've got more space between two strings, so if you've got big fingers, if you want to play some kind of clean chords like this, you will feel more comfortable on this one than on this one. So, the playability on these two is interesting. You've also got to know that on this one you've got something that's like a C-shaped neck with something that's 20 to 22 millimeters. That's at the sense of my fingers, you know. I don't have the tools to measure it, but I would say 20 to 22. When on this one you've got something that's like a U shape, and you've got something like 21 to 23 millimeters. So thicker, wider, that's something you have to know when the time comes to make a choice. Okay, I have mentioned it in the review video, but I'm going to talk about it again. On this one I had a problem with the saddle. As you can see here, I have put some pieces of paper and foam under the saddle on the low E, because well, I cannot lift it in order to adjust the action, so I had to do something I could. You have also got to know, if you haven't watched the review video, that this one has been sent to the after sales service, has been returned. I mean, it's a brave new guitar that has been returned to me, and it's got the same problem but on a different string. On the first one I had, the problem was on the A string, now it's on the low E. Maybe if I try the third time it's gonna be on the low B. I don't know, I will not go there, but okay, I think there's a problem with this series of guitar with the saddle, and I guess they're just too fragile to hold the tension of the strings. So it's a pity, but I have mentioned it to Harley Benton. Hopefully they're going to be able to solve the problem. Okay, now we're going to listen to these two guitars played alone in order to compare the tones. So since I don't have my PRS MT-15, I have played the clean parts for these two with a very old Blackstar ID 60 TVP, if I remember its name, yeah. ID60 TVP, so it's a solid state amplifier, and I have played the rhythm parts of these two with the chug pedal from Solar Guitars. Okay, let's listen to that, here we go. Okay, so what do I think about tone? Well, I think this one is more balanced with less low end, especially on the chugs. And yeah, I think it sounds a bit better. It's maybe a tiny bit better note definition, even though this one does not sound bad at all. It sounds pretty good, I would say. Now, okay, the tone is a matter of personal taste. As you have heard on the clean parts, the difference is really hard to hear. I guess that also is due to the amp I've had to use. That's the only thing I have at home right now for playing clean, so sorry, maybe it would have been better with my PRS. Okay, but yeah, two guitars that sound good. As you can notice, the pickups on this one are 7 strings sub-bar, when on this one you have 8 strings sub-bar. That's something important if you want to change the pickups. Another point that you have to know if you want to change the pickups: the cavity on this one is much wider than on this one. It means that if you are going for some active pickups, you will have no problem putting inside this cavity a 9 volts battery plus an EMG bus if you go for some EMG pickups, when on this one it's gonna be way more complicated. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, so my final thoughts about these two. Well, I enjoy the way this one looks and the way it plays. I like the pickups, but I do prefer this ones. But I think overall this one is maybe a more interesting deal, because you've got that very nice looking chameleon color. If you go on stage, really, I think it's gonna do it. You've got a roasted maple neck, and that's something you do not find very easily. And for the rest, well, the features are very close to this one. This one is 228 euros, this one is 298 euros. Both are probably made in China. None of these two is made in Indonesia, unfortunately. In both cases, you will have scratchy frets and you will have a plastic nut that you better replace if you want a good tuning stability, because none of these two is having a very good tuning stability, unfortunately. It's not I mean, it doesn't stop you from playing, but better check it out twice before you start recording, and especially after recording for several, I mean, half an hour, 1 hour playing leads, you know, sometimes you should do it again. I don't know about you, but when I record leads, it generally is not the first attempt that you hear. Sometimes the 5th, the 10th, the 20th attempt, this kind of thing. If you go there, check out the tune, because you will hear that it has fallen lower and you're not playing the right notes anymore. Okay, this one for me is really a better deal. No problem with the saddles. Interesting pickups, and easier to replace them with some active pickups, and especially with this sub bar size. This one is not bad, that's not what I'm saying, but I feel more comfortable on the neck of this one. I really think that this roasted maple is a great feature that deserves to put some money on it, you know. Okay, I think this one it's a higher price. I was expecting a higher quality, and that's not what I got, because it's not made in Indonesia, it's made in China again. The only real big difference is the locking tuners, but there are cheap locking tuners. The pickups are very good, very interesting. HBZ custom wound 8-string sized pickups, really very good. I wish I had those pickups in this one, I guess. But okay, that's really the biggest point of comparison between the two. And it's not a big deal, because if those pickups were bad, I guess it would be a very big advantage for this one, but this one are not bad at all. They're just a bit more bassy. They've got more output, by the way. But okay, now that this one does exist, I think that this one is probably gonna fall down in terms of sales, and I think Harley Benton would better work again on this one, make it a better guitar, build it in Indonesia for a better quality, and maybe add some better features. I don't know what, but I guess these guys could find. And especially they should really be careful with the saddles of the bridge, because I've had a problem on 2 different guitars, so there is really something to correct about that. Okay, so well, that's it for today. I hope this comparison is going to prove useful to you if you do hesitate between these two, as far as I'm concerned. So it was nice having these two at home. I really do prefer this one. So well, I think you have guessed it. So next week I hope I have finished the video about the solar chug pedal. That's gonna be my next video anyway. And so thanks for watching, and stay tuned to the Torok channel. See ya!